Ladies, let me tell you something. You are the prize. You are not an option, you are not a backup plan, and you are definitely not someone's second choice. The moment you realize your worth, you will stop chasing people who don't see it. You are a queen, and queens don't beg to be loved. Imagine walking into a room, head held high, shoulders back, exuding confidence. Not because someone validated you, but because you already know your worth. The truth is, people will only treat you the way you allow them to. If you don't recognize your own value, how can you expect someone else to? You are not just a person in someone's life. You are a force, a presence, a once-in-a-lifetime kind of woman. You bring warmth, love, ambition, and resilience. But the problem begins when you forget that. When you start settling for less than what you deserve, you give away your power. Loving someone should never come at the cost of losing yourself. Relationships are meant to elevate you, not diminish you. When you constantly seek validation from someone who doesn't see your worth, you are placing your happiness in their hands. That is a dangerous game because people change, emotions fade, and circumstances shift. But the one thing that should remain constant is your belief in yourself. You are not someone's backup plan, nor are you an option. You are the prize. And anyone who fails to see that does not deserve a place in your life. There is something powerful about a woman who understands her value. She doesn't beg for love. She doesn't chase after people who treat her like she's replaceable. Instead, she moves with grace and dignity, knowing that what is meant for her will never require her to beg. She doesn't measure her worth by how someone else sees her. She measures it by how she sees herself. The moment you realize that you are enough, that you are worthy of love, respect, and devotion, your entire energy shifts. You stop over-explaining yourself. You stop waiting for apologies that may never come. You stop tolerating bare minimum efforts. Men sense this energy. They can feel the difference between a woman who doubts herself and a woman who owns her presence. The latter is the kind of woman they regret losing. The kind who walks away not to punish them, but because she refuses to accept anything less than she deserves. And when you do that, when you step back and choose yourself, that's when they feel the pain of losing you. Because they realize you were not just another woman, you were the woman. You're the woman you are. When you are pure, is that where the wilderness becomes? So don't waste time questioning your worth just because someone else failed to recognize it. You are more than enough. You are powerful, intelligent, beautiful, and irreplaceable. And if someone can't see that, it's their loss, not yours. The day you truly embrace your worth is the day you stop feeling heartbroken over someone who didn't appreciate you. Instead, you feel empowered, liberated, and unstoppable. Because a woman who knows her worth is a woman no one can afford to lose. Walking away is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate display of strength. There is a certain power in silence, in choosing yourself over someone who failed to appreciate you. When someone treats you like an afterthought, when they take your love for granted, when they make you question your worth, it is not your job to fight for a place in their life. It is your job to walk away with grace. Grace is not about revenge. It is not about proving a point or making them feel the same pain they inflicted upon you. It is about preserving your dignity. It is about knowing that begging, pleading, and chasing won't change a heart that doesn't value you. The most powerful response you can give to someone who underestimated your worth is your absence, not your anger, not your tears, just your absence. When you walk away with grace, you send a message without saying a word. You let them feel the silence, the emptiness where your presence used to be. The hardest part of walking away is fighting the urge to explain yourself. You may want to make them understand how much they hurt you, how much effort you put in, how much they lost, but the truth is, if they didn't see it while they had you, they won't see it now. People understand your value not through words, but through experience. And they will only experience the reality of losing you when you are truly gone. So don't waste your energy trying to make them realize your worth. Let them figure it out on their own. Walking away with grace also means not looking back. It means resisting the temptation to check if they miss you, if they regret it, if they are suffering without you. That is not your concern anymore. Your concern is you, your healing, your growth, your happiness. Every time you look back, you give them power over your emotions. But when you walk away with grace, you reclaim that power. You put yourself first, not out of selfishness, but out of self-respect. One day they will realize what they lost. Maybe it will be when they see you thriving, smiling, glowing in a way they never expected. Maybe it will be when they meet someone new and realize that no one will ever love them the way you did. Maybe it will be in the quiet moments when they feel the weight of your absence, but by then, it won't matter. Because by then, you will have moved on. You will have built a life so full, so beautiful, that their regret will mean nothing to you. So walk away with grace, not to make them miss you, but to remind yourself of who you are. A woman of value, a woman who refuses to be taken for granted, a woman who knows that leaving with dignity is far more powerful than staying where she is not respected. When someone hurts you, betrays your trust, or takes you for granted, the first instinct is often to seek revenge. You want them to feel the pain they caused you. You want them to regret losing you. But here's the truth. Revenge is a distraction, and it keeps you tied to the very thing you should be walking away from. Instead of focusing on proving a point to someone who failed to see your worth, focus on proving something to yourself. Build yourself, not your revenge. Nothing stings more than watching the person they underestimated turn into the best version of herself. Not because you're trying to make them jealous, but because you finally realize that your life, your growth, and your happiness are not dependent on them. The best response to someone who wronged you is not anger, not bitterness, and definitely not desperation. It is transformation. It is becoming so focused on your own goals, dreams, and success that their absence becomes insignificant. Your energy is precious. Every moment you spend thinking about them, how to make them miss you, how to make them regret losing you, is a moment stolen from your own progress. Imagine if you redirected all that energy toward yourself. Imagine the things you could accomplish if you stopped checking their social media. Stop replaying the past. Stop waiting for them to realize what they lost. Imagine if instead you invested in your growth, your confidence, your dreams. That is the kind of power that turns pain into purpose. Success is the best closure, not because it makes them feel bad, but because it makes you feel good. It puts you back in control. It reminds you that you were never defined by their love or their absence. You were always whole, always capable, always destined for greatness, with or without them. So instead of plotting how to make them miss you, start plotting your comeback. Work on yourself, for yourself. Set goals that excite you. Travel, learn new skills. Take care of your mind and body. Become someone you admire, not someone consumed by the past. One day, they might look back and realize what they lost. They might see you thriving, achieving, radiating confidence, and they might feel that sting of regret. But by then, it won't matter to you, because by then, you will have outgrown the version of yourself that once waited for their validation. You will have built a life so fulfilling that their regret is irrelevant. So choose growth over grudges. Choose healing over hatred. Choose to build yourself, not your revenge. Because the real victory is not in making them suffer. It's in making yourself so strong, so successful, so fulfilled that their absence feels like nothing more than a minor detour on your journey to greatness. There is something undeniably powerful about a woman who knows her worth and refuses to dim her light for anyone. When you walk away from someone who failed to appreciate you, the best thing you can do is not to seek revenge, not to explain yourself, not to prove a point, but to shine. Let him see what he lost, not because you want him back, but because you finally realize that you were always enough, always deserving, and always destined for more. Heartbreak can make you feel small, like a part of you is missing. But the truth is, no one completes you, you complete yourself. And the best way to heal, to move forward, to make peace with the past is to invest in yourself like never before. Focus on your dreams, your goals, your passions. Take care of your body, nurture your mind, and surround yourself with people who uplift you. Become so immersed in becoming the best version of yourself that thoughts of him fade into the background. That's how you truly win. Not by chasing, not by proving, but by thriving. The moment you start living for yourself instead of for someone else, something magical happens. You begin to radiate confidence. You walk differently. You speak with certainty. You glow, not because of makeup or fancy clothes, but because happiness looks good on you and the world takes notice. Doors start opening, opportunities find you, and suddenly you realize you never needed validation from him or anyone to feel whole. And that's when he will notice, not because you're trying to make him, but because men always notice when a woman they once had becomes a woman they can no longer reach. Maybe he will see you smiling in photos, living your best life, traveling, laughing, succeeding. Maybe he will hear about your accomplishments through mutual friends, realizing that while he remained the same, you evolved into someone even more incredible. Maybe he will replay memories of you, comparing every woman he meets to the one he let go. But by the time he realizes all this, it won't matter, because by then you will have outgrown him. The love you once poured into him, you will have poured into yourself. The effort you once gave to fix the relationship, you will have given to building your future. And the woman you have become will no longer settle for the man who once took her for granted. So shine. Not for him, not for revenge, but for you. Shine because you deserve to be seen, to be heard, to be valued. Shine because the world needs the unstoppable force that is you. And if he happens to see it, let him. Let him watch from the sidelines as you become everything he never realized you were. But don't look back. Because the real victory is not in making him regret losing you. It's in realizing that you never needed him to shine in the first place. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves your time, your love, or your energy. When you go through heartbreak or disappointment, the easiest thing to do is to seek validation, to text them, to check if they miss you, to entertain meaningless distractions just to fill the void. But the truth is, your energy is sacred. Where you invested determines the quality of your life, your happiness, and your future. That is why you must keep your energy exclusive. One of the biggest mistakes you can make after walking away from someone who didn't value you is allowing them back in whenever they feel like returning. Some people don't truly miss you, they just miss the access they had to you. They miss the way you loved them, the way you prioritized them, the way you made them feel special. But missing you doesn't mean they value you, it doesn't mean they're ready to treat you better. It simply means they don't like losing the comfort of knowing you're still there. And that's why you must protect your energy. Stop giving your time to people who do not reciprocate it. Stop picking up calls from those who only reach out when they're lonely or bored. Stop answering texts from someone who let you walk away and did nothing to stop you. When you make yourself too available, people start to take you for granted. They assume you will always be there, waiting, hoping, ready to forgive and forget. But a woman who knows her worth doesn't operate like that. She doesn't lower her standards for temporary attention. She doesn't entertain the past just because she feels lonely in the present. Instead, she chooses herself. She channels her energy into things that fulfill her passions, her dreams, her personal growth. She surrounds herself with people who uplift her, not those who drain her. She invests in relationships that are mutual, where love, effort, and respect flow both ways. And most importantly, she understands that being alone is better than being in the wrong company. Keeping your energy exclusive also means being mindful of your emotional space. Not everyone deserves to know what you're feeling. Not everyone should have access to your vulnerabilities. When you stop over-explaining, stop justifying, stop proving your worth to those who refuse to see it, you reclaim your power. You become mysterious, intriguing, unattainable to those who once thought they could come and go as they please. One day, the people who underestimated you will realize they lost access to something rare, something irreplaceable. But by then, you will have evolved into someone so strong, so self-assured, that their absence no longer affects you. And that is the ultimate power. So guard your energy, protect your peace, and remember, true love, true friendships, and true connections will never require you to lower your standards or beg for attention. Keep your energy exclusive, and the right people will rise to meet you. Loving yourself is not a trend. It is a necessity. It is the foundation of how you allow the world to treat you. how you move through life, and how you recover from heartbreak. Too often, we give away our love so freely, pouring our hearts into someone else, believing that they will complete us. But what happens when they leave? When they fail to appreciate us? When they no longer see the beauty in what we offer? The answer is simple. You must love yourself more than he ever could. No one can love you the way you are meant to love yourself. No one can fill the void within you if you do not first see your own worth. That is why the love you give to others should never exceed the love you give to yourself. When you place someone else above you, when you make them the center of your happiness, you give them the power to break you. But when you make yourself the priority, you remain whole, regardless of who stays or who leaves. Loving yourself is not about arrogance. It is about knowing that you deserve respect, effort, and commitment. It is about refusing to settle for breadcrumbs when you deserve the whole feast. It means setting boundaries, walking away when you're not valued, and never begging for the bare minimum. The way you treat yourself teaches others how to treat you. If you keep accepting less than what you deserve, that is exactly what you will continue to receive. But when you demand more, when you show that you are enough on your own, people either step up or step out. And either way, you win. Healing begins when you stop looking for closure in someone else and start finding it within yourself. You do not need him to regret losing you. You do not need him to miss you. You do not need him to validate your worth. The only validation that truly matters is the one you give yourself. Learn to enjoy your own company, to pursue your passions, to take care of your body and mind. Treat yourself with the same kindness and love that you once gave so easily to him. Because the relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every relationship you will ever have. One day, he might realize what he lost. He might see you thriving, glowing, and happy without him. He might come back, hoping to reclaim what he took for granted. But by then, you will have outgrown him. By then, you will have built a life so beautiful, so full, that his absence feels like nothing more than a faded memory. So choose yourself. Love yourself more than you ever could. Because at the end of the day, the greatest love story you will ever experience is the one you have with yourself. And when you master that, you become truly unstoppable. So let him feel the loss. Let him feel the pain. But don't do it for revenge. Do it because you've finally chosen you.